Hey, what's up, guys? It's Mitch with SC Weather. Again, we are expecting strong to severe thunderstorms tonight, probably much earlier in the evening for a lot of the state. Of course, the upstate got hit pretty early last night, but so what we got going on is a warm front draped over the Carolinas, and basically the storms are going to ride that warm front, and wherever it kind of sets up, it's going to kind of be where the storms hit. And right now, it's looking like it's going to cruise right over the northern Midlands and the upstate of the state of South Carolina. So, you know, this is probably around let's say 6 o'clock, and you can see strong storms starting to develop in the southern Appalachian Mountains. Guys, these storms can be dangerous today. They can pack a punch. Some isolated supercells may form just like yesterday around Greenville, Spartanburg area. And eventually, you know, I do expect them to kind of go to a line of storms that is going to turn into a damaging wind threat. But beforehand, I think there'll be a hail threat early on, and I think that hail threat will probably diminish. It'll probably diminish through the rest of the evening. But as you can tell, this is around let's say 8 o'clock, and that is a nasty potential bow echo damaging storms kind of sweeping through the northern Midlands, and the southern end of it may nick the Columbia area. We're going to watch that, but it's looking like north of Columbia will be the main area that gets hit. As we get to about 9, the NAM is saying it's going to be in the PD, and then it might, you know, start to kind of fall apart around 10 o'clock. But this is definitely a much earlier system. I'm using the NAM because the NAM did good with a similar setup like this last night. I honestly was not expecting the NAM to do as good as it did, and it did great. So I'm using this. The NAM also showing around 11 o'clock more additional development, kind of developing where the storms did not hit earlier in the evening. Maybe a little bit of fuel still in that area, and it's showing some storms maybe around midnight for the Columbia area in the Midlands where, you know, the areas did not get hit. But, you know, I don't know if that's going to develop. We'll have to watch that. But guys, definitely need to watch this. You know, I think this has a potential to pack just as much as a punch as overnight last night. And so the main threat here, large hail earlier on, isolated tornado threat, especially in the southern Appalachian Mountains in the far northwest part of the state. And then it kind of turns into a bow echo like setup where a strong to severe line of storms with damaging winds potentially affects the upstate. And this could be this could be a monster line of storms if it develops like the NAM is showing. The National Weather Service is biting on this, and you know, this is associated with a warm front, like I said, that's going to be draped over potentially in the upstate, and so the slight risk is definitely in the whole southern and northern area of the state, and marginal area a little bit further south. But this is the radar right now. There's nothing going on right now. No development at all. No, it's not raining anywhere in the state right now, and right now is about 1 o'clock. So this is kind of what's going on. I did this last night too. Very, very sloppy drawing, but the line with the squigglies through it, that's where I think the warm front may set up around that area, give or take, north or south. And that line to the left where the arrow is pointing towards it, that's the cold front. That's the cold front that's going to bring us all this cool air that everybody's been talking about, that will make it feel much more different tomorrow. And people who are north of that warm front right now are a lot more cooler this afternoon. Here in the Midlands, it is blazing. I mean, it is humid, and it's in the mid-80s in parts of the Midlands. But if you go into the PD area and the upstate, I mean, y'all are still in the upper 60s and the 70s. I mean, it feels great. But it's definitely much cooler, and that's because, you know, the warm front is not worked in. Now, it's hard to find a good map to know exactly where that warm front is, but I think it's kind of draped across that as you see. But that's all I got. Expect tonight large hail threat, damaging winds, and this could be a little nasty setup. I don't think it's going to be a tornado outbreak or anything, but we need to watch. I'll keep y'all updated. Stay blessed.